everybody's been waiting for. The 2025 mid-year Techo Kaigi. Now, if y'all remember, I did the Techo Kaigi late December. So now we're finally following up with all the journals and notebooks that I talked about back then. Or at least, for the most part. So, I'm gonna start with the elephant in the room, which of course is the Midori Hibino, my daily journal. Y'all already know this thing just works. This has been working, and it's just been working. I mean, I did change up how I swatch the monthly inks. I decided to do bears, and even some of y'all said y'all love it, so we're gonna keep doing that. This has been great. So far it's been holding up to the plethora of ink samples that I've been finally getting through, along with stickers and PET tape, watercolor, even some snackage. But either way, this has just been working. I don't know how else to explain it besides the fact that I'ma just keep going with this. At this point, it's chunked up pretty nicely, which is nice. But I just want to do more. And this is like its own interesting conundrum, because it's like, what else could I do in here that isn't like a combination of what I've already done before. So anyway, please Midori, can you please make this in some more colors? If not, I'm gonna have to keep Picassoing the cover like I did. Some little clown bears. Logo sticker. Either way. Now it's gonna start getting interesting. We're gonna have its buddy, its good old pal, the Let's Stationery. So I went on a quick trip to visit family, and this has helped me backlog because, long story short, I didn't want to cram this into my bag. I'd rather toss this into my bag, and it's like lighter. It's only looking a little thick right now because I actually just put a refill in it. So yeah, I just quickly write in here. I've been doing even swatches in here on the go. And yeah, so I don't use this as often. This is basically a stand-in for this when I can't drag this around. Like, it doesn't weigh, the Hibino doesn't weigh a lot. It's just really thick. It's just really thick. Oh boy, the weeks. Guys, this is where I start taking some L's. Now let me explain. I fell off with this. Pretty bad. I fell off, got back on, fell off again. Debating whether or not like what happened with it, because I started off good. I even wrote some things in the back. It's honestly just my low buy rules and some notes and some things I want to buy. But then it's like I got back into it again, but you can see there's been weeks after week after week. Okay, I did a little doodle there. There's been so many blanks. Now, I think the reason for this is that, okay, I didn't take the weeks on me when I was, on my quick visit, but also I changed my schedule, and I had written my schedule all the way to the end of the year. So because I pretty much messed up my own schedule in here, I think my brain has decided that this didn't exist. So I'm trying to get back into it. Yeah, this looks pretty bad, you know, just crossing it out. But there's not too much else I could do. I do like writing my task in here. Just trying to decorate the monthlies with a whole bunch of stickers. But yeah, we'll figure it out. So, you know, I feel like I could be doing better with this. It's just that as of right now, I'm not doing that great with it, which is upsetting. I think just to get the Amberlam out the way, this little mini 5 Let's stationary. Besides me and my continuous decoration of it, this just works, right? If you guys remember, this is just to emotionally dump in here. It's just also track how I'm feeling sometimes. There's a calendar on this side. You know, I write my emotions on this side. But besides that, you know, this is here for me for when, you know, I can't take a very long walk outside and there's no one around and I can't vent to the wind kind of thing. So this is easy to carry. It's just that, will I keep decorating it? Probably so. I am tempted to put a little sketch notebook in here somehow. So I'll let you know on how that evolves. I don't know. Sometimes I'd be like, do I want to sketch off my emotions? We'll figure it out. The PAL planner is what I could not locate, but I did fall off of that as well. Yet another L for the book. I don't know what happened. I fell off with reading. And it might have to deal with how hectic my work schedule is. Those that know, work has been so busy that I've been doing a lot more overtime and etc. So, yeah, like, so, okay, let me also explain. The PAL, like, I was mostly reading to and from work, right? Well, mostly from work and going home if possible. Because of the fact that I get out so late and I'm like so tired that I'm like, I feel like I'm sleepwalking. Like my way back home, I basically don't have the capacity anymore to like read on the train. So I hope to get back to reading even if I don't use the PAL planner. So I don't know. I'll figure that out. I really will. But speaking of work, the plotter has been holding me down. I feel like my issue is that I had to force myself to use one of the... They made a letterpress refill that I think was exclusive. I got it during Stationery Fest last year, 2024. And because I'm forcing myself to not buy additional paper when I technically have paper, I'm trying to use it now. So it has helped me. All of these sections right now are being used. Can't really show what's in here because work and stuff, but I think I fixed the layout enough that is actually helping me stay afloat at work. Which, if you want to know, the first section is mostly I have tasks and I try to close them out weekly. So I have accounting and I have some follow-up items. I have some, contract notes, and then just pretty much anything else that I need to do. Those are like the main things. Actually, no, the rest is like design reviews, basically. So between those 4 sections, I try to close out all those things weekly. Unless for some reason I can't, then it kind of rolls over into the next week, and then, hopefully it won't keep rolling over. But that's section one. Section two is actually just notes for this guidelines I have to update, or at least constantly keep updating. It's a task. It's a standard of operations. So it's just notes for that because it's pretty extensive. Section 3, that should be, yeah, that's actually more like meeting notes and whatnot. Yeah, that's more like meeting notes. 4 is actually for field notes, and 5 is dealing with accounting and invoicing for, at this point, 4 very critical contracts. So this has helped. I know a lot of people sometimes ask me about my plotter, but this is just strictly for work only, so it's not that fun to talk about. Unless people really want me to ramble on about project management. But anyway, the project journal. This is also just something that's been just straight up working. As you can see, I've been decorating it with all the stickers I made. It hasn't really been anything new besides the magnet I just finally got and I need to put up. But yeah, like slowly but surely I'll just keep. Oh yeah, in fact, here's that was a magnet. I'm gonna make it to a gasket, but I think this one is finally done technically as of like the other day. So I like how this is very chill. This format is just me marking up when it was completed, and hopefully I could look back on this and actually just see all these stickers and stuff that I just made. And also pom-poms in here. So I do hope to try to keep this up as is. I don't know if I want to put like a calendar for it. I don't want to give like a strict deadline with my stickers and projects, because I just don't want to do that in general. Really don't. We got the project journal that be working. Oh my god. This one needs some critical help. The Hobonichi 5-year that I've been using for sustainable living, but I think I talked about it before. I horrifically fell off of this because of the state of the world. The state of the world and how things are, I fell off super, super hard. There's still quite a bit of lessons learned in here. I'm still thinking I want to do another 5-year, but I feel like I will have to change my approach. I will have to change it a little bit. I still believe in trying to go towards sustainable living, but it's like I might need to break it down even further just to be like sustainable living not only is like, trying to not support corporations that are clearly, killing the planet for profit, etc., but also like, I don't know, I need to try to make it a little bit more easier on myself so I could get back into this, because I do believe this is possible. It's just that as of right now it is pretty discouraging. I mean, I could write. I don't know, unless it's like I lean more towards like trying to be sustainable, but maybe more romanticizing life a little bit. Mm, I'll think about it. It is a pretty personal, deep topic. So yeah. Okay, due to my new gaming tier on Ko-Fi, I am going to get back to updating my game journal again. In fact, they do have some more stickers I need to throw in here, so I might take this to the stationery swap and just make sure this gets more love, honestly. Because I do want to start a new one, like a new game journal. Fresh notebook, if possible. But yeah, we will try. Until then, this kind of fell off, but hopefully, I might just take whatever is on my Ko-Fi and kind of like print it out and put it on here. We're almost there. I still have this little pom-pom journal. I started a little bit, but I'll probably backlog a little bit more just on the Hobonichi Techo Discord fun funds. I feel like I would have written more in here if I wasn't so swamped with work, to be honest. So it's still a work in progress. I still believe I could use it for a lot more things. I want to carry this more often. My Louise Carmen. So I have been using it for the comics and stuff that I want to like make. And I am thinking about using, oh yeah, and I did write slightly interesting story in there actually. So I might add some like there's some poetry that I've written in my Hibino. I might just transfer it in here. In addition, I hope to like try to carry this a little bit more, just to like write some more stories and stuff. It would be nice if, so I do have a few more ideas for the Ko-Fi tiers in general. Besides that, we have the to support the We Outside and now the playing these games. I do hope to one day have like one like a physical tier where I send you out mail, but also a tier where you guys will actually, where once I become consistent with, you know, making all these comic ideas that I have, that yeah, you guys could get updates on that like immediately. You guys would get digital updates because I don't know how often I would like be able to print them and stuff. Okay, there is one notebook that I did add, and this was because, well, actually, there's a bit of a story to this. So, a friend of mine actually gave me their like Happy Planet and was just like, hey, I feel like you could use this, right? I didn't like the cover. It was like a much bigger size. So I got a smaller cover for the size I like. I actually got Sterling Ink's disc refill. So this is fountain pen friendly paper. And basically what this has been doing is that this helped me take my budget from being digital and not really like following it to actually like writing everything down on paper and actually physically being more emotionally involved with my budget. So this is just for budgeting and whatnot, since I got a lot of work to do. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to show you guys the numbers, but I just know that I did do quite a few like pages in here with a whole bunch of breakdowns that I'm trying to get on top of as we speak, including trying to get I think I did up to like a few months of budget, which of course is always in flux, but yeah, that's how this gonna go. Any questions?